Welcome to This Week in Anime History, where we look at the history of anime as through the lens of this past week. And going all the way back to 1953, we have technically the world's first TV anime. Now, this gets complicated. This is the first anime on TV as a regular series. It is not a weekly half-hour anime series. That was Astro Boy Tetsuwan Atomu. But 1953, we technically get the first TV anime, Mole's Adventure, which, of course, you can watch some of on YouTube. It's since been colorized, but it is out there. And it just goes to show there was animation on TV way back when in Japan. Moving forward quite a few decades to 1988, July 16th, 1988 brought us the premiere of Akira, the legendary anime film that made a lot of anime fans over in America in the early 90s and beyond. Akira is important because it was an anime aimed very clearly at a young adult audience, late teens, early 20s, and the fact that it was very, very high budget and very successful. Those two things are both important. You can be high budget, but then fail at the box office. But the fact that it was high budget and aimed at an adult audience and made a lot of money really opened the doors for a lot of higher budget, more adult-oriented anime in the late 80s, early 90s, and beyond. So Akira definitely helped the anime industry in a lot of ways in that sense. Really, really big deal. Also this week, in 1997, July 12th, brought us the premiere of Princess Mononoke. And I would argue this is probably Miyazaki's masterpiece. Everyone has their own opinions on what is a Miyazaki masterpiece. I like to see it that Miyazaki obviously does all of his family films, but Nausicaa was really the film that started his career in a big way in terms of public consciousness. And Mononoke is really a restatement of the themes of Nausicaa in a more complex, multi-layered way. Nothing against Nausicaa, but Mononoke really feels like a more robust statement of the themes of Nausicaa. And apparently Miyazaki has said this himself as well. Although Miyazaki has said a lot of things, so I don't know about all that. But Mononoke was a big deal. Also, the first of Miyazaki's films to be broadcast in America in actual theaters, like officially. So it opened the way for Miyazaki to really make a big mark in the international market, especially the North American market. Start all of those Ghibli films to get released through Disney and Miramax and such, all in America. So definitely a landmark moment in anime history. And then finally, it must be said, a year ago exactly was the Kyoto Animation Fire. Sadly, a young man set fire to building number 1 at Kyoto Animation and caused a lot of injury and sadly death in that conflagration. It was a sad day, a terrible day, and that is something worth remembering. That tragedy happened, and Kyoto Animation today is thankfully recovering, starting to make more anime and starting to rebuild, and which is always what you're looking to see out of such things. So worth remembering. Obviously, our hearts go out to everyone who was affected by that, and that is a piece of history.